Fortnite has a tendency of being on track for amazing seasons only to completely shit themselves in the next one. Take the first 6 seasons of Chapter 1. Incredible map and updates, fresh and overall healthy loot pool, fantastic LTMs, and the overall gameplay loop was incredible. Player count was always at its peak, and then Season 7 happened.
This is Fortnite, guys. This is Fortnite. This is Fortnite in the current meta. We are doing Morse code in planes in the air. We are giving each other Morse code to be friendly in a solo battle royale match. I'm doing Morse code with
1, 2, 3, 4.
Psalm is a predator. Another one's going to be right in front of him. Some defense coming through here, but what are you going to be able to do when you're just cutting through the structures and Uzi falls to the infinity blade?
Even though the majority of people love this season, myself included, Season 7 is when the crack started to appear a tiny bit for the first time, because we had planes and the Infinity Blade in competitive. Luckily, they removed the Infinity Blade from the tournaments very quickly instead of at the very end of the season. I'm looking at you, wrecked, and everyone was relatively happy. Season 8 and 9 were also massive bangers, introducing Arena and hosting the World Cup, in which I was honestly cheering for Ninja to win. What the hell was I thinking? And then we got Season X. Long story short, everyone hated the mechs, including the ultra casuals, and that's when people thought the game was truly dying. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Do you know what Season X, the entirety of Chapter 3, and Chapter 5, Season 3, Wrecked have in common? They're all pieces of abysmal dog shit that was a chore to experience. But wait a second. What's this thing? Can we enhance this for a second? Yeah, thank you. Oh god, oh fuck. Now, unfortunately, there's no 100% true knowledge of how Donald Mustard came up with the idea for this season, but I think I have a perfect artistic depiction of how this season came to be. Well, Donald, I gotta say, you did a pretty good job cleaning the water I spilled from my bottle and the piss I took on the Chapter 2 map. I am very proud of you. Well, thank you, Mr. Sweeney. It's an honor, but can I ask you to stop doing that, please? It's really hard. Don't mention it. Whoops, looks like I accidentally ate too much Taco Bell. Well, I gotta get going. I'm sure you can work something out while I go and talk to miners. See you around. God, I swear, one day I'm gonna... Wait. Where's the Chapter 2 map? Sweet mother of... Oh no. Oh boy, I sure do love playing Chapter 2 Season 5. Even though the map looks like shit, I'm sure they're gonna do something cool in the new season.
6.5 hours later.
Oh man, I can't wait to play the new season. I wonder what my favorite YouTubers think about this.
What the heck? Bro, this revolver sucks! Oh my god, bro. I just want to say, never pick up that pistol. It is the most garbage pistol of all time, and they've done the pistol a disservice by bringing that abomination into the game.
Oh, now you might say, wait, didn't you say you quit the game around Chapter 2 Season 2? Why are you making this video if you haven't played this season? Because apparently I did. So here's a quick recap of what I was doing around that time. Бля, ну и хуйня. Пойду во второй тлоу поиграю. Бля, ну и хуйня. Пойду
Fortnite
поиграю. Бля, ну и хуй... Anyways, that's enough chit chatter. Let the pain begin. I want to start off with the map because what they did is just truly incredible. They went from a piss stain to a shit stain. And Coral Castle was still amazing. In all seriousness, the event was really neat, where you're walking around the map, transforming into the characters from the battle pass, closing down the rifts, and the fall biome looks really cool. Somehow they always manage to cook with these ones. Why is Neymar Jr. here? Speaking of Neymar, let's go over the battle pass really quick, and I mean very quickly. On page 1 we got Agent Jonesy, aka the best Jonesy skin of all time. Bro got all the drip in the world. Then we got Mid, why is this icon like this? Raven, Neymar Jr., and Mid. Damn, this is a very weak battle pass. I mean, there's gotta be something that... Returning to the map changes, you might have noticed these giant pillars that are called the Guardians. There's a total of 6 of these if you don't consider the spiral to be one of these pillars. Each of these Guardians contained a mini-boss which you could fight for better weapons and an orb that you had to carry all the way to the spire. And the mythic that it gave to you was mid at best. But they did send you pretty far, so that's cool. They also had this little island called Island Nublada, I think I butchered that, with Aurelia on it and a mythic scar and not much else I guess. And also Bat Shack? They also reskinned Tilted Towers and Colossal Fields to the appropriate Stone Age themes, and I think that's a really neat twist on these iconic locations. Not half bad. And then there's the Spire, which was home to the Ross boss fight. He would slowly drain your health even if you had shields, which is an interesting boss concept. Unfortunately, this is Fortnite, so the execution of this is subpar at best. At the very top of the spire there was the foundation closed off in the orb, protecting the 0 point. I think. I'm not too good on the Fortnite storyline. And now that we've picked up all the flowers in the field, it's time to address the elephant in the room and acknowledge the fact that we're in a field of shit. So let's talk about the loot pool. The primal weapons were pretty good, especially the primal shotgun, but we'll talk about it later. The makeshift weapons did their job, I guess. I mean, you could kill someone with these if you didn't have any other alternatives, and it was just the start of the game. There weren't any snipers at all in this season, which is very interesting. There was also an obnoxious amount of bows in the game, which were, well, bows. I don't think I have to repeat my opinion on these. And there were also some experimental weapons sprinkled here, like the grapple bow, which was literally the grappler, the shockwave bow, which was the shockwave grenades, the fire bow, the sting bow, you get the idea. But there was also the unstable bow, which would combine all the other bows into one, changing the abilities every time you shot the arrow. There was also the mythic 6-shooter. I hope all 3 6-shooter fans are happy. And finally, the recycler. The way this gun works is by sucking destructible objects into itself and having a mag counter of 3. If you shot all 3 bullets, you had to find something suckable to suck it in. God fucking damn it. In order to shoot it again. Looks like someone was playing too much of Fallout 4, am I right? Also, good God, the makeshift guns sound like someone's chewing glass and metal or something. Also, almost forgot, not one weapon, except for the bows, had first shot accuracy. Why? But wait, I hear you scream like a child. What about crafting? I guess I might as well explain that. The way crafting works this season is quite easy. First, you need a makeshift weapon. Then, you either would use bones, found in animals, or mechanical parts, found in cars. If you wanted a primal weapon, you'd use bones. If you wanted an actually good weapon, you'd use the mechanical parts. So if you wanted a usable weapon and have a chance of winning the fight, you would always use the mechanical parts, right? What's even the point of adding 2 new categories of weapons if the ones we're already used to are the meta? Well, little Timmy, Epic Games has you covered because the Primal shotgun was as busted as the Street Sweeper in Warzone.
Oh, you bitch!
Hold on, let me just talk to my guy Eric. He was manhandled every game by this thing. Yo, Eric, you okay back there? Alright, cool. Now, when designing a weapon for a multiplayer game, what do you think is the most important part? Is it A, making the gun not look like it was made from clay and sticks? B, giving it a stable fire rate and a big enough magazine so that you don't have to fully reload it every shot, but also not that it has the same amount of bullets as a full assault rifle? Or C, make it as skillless as possible to see what will the player base say? If you chose anything other than C, well then clearly you don't know how to design weapons, because Epic Games, a multi-billion-dollar company, thought that this was perfectly balanced.
But I feel like that's
Oh, guys
honestly,
pickaxing me on spawn.
yeah, I feel like with a chance to get that, I feel like dropping over here is better because it's a guaranteed 100% upgrade. Nice.
Oh, this guy's
With this
so
shotgun.
sad. God, shotgun though, so.
Noise.
One
Arcana
dead.
well.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say except, if you died by this, then it's a skill issue. 2 weeks after the season launched, the shotgun got nerfed a little bit, but I don't think that helped a lot. I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it again, right? Nope, they didn't do shit. Great job, Epic. So let's see what we're dealing with here. We got a mob of angry people who are ready to do things I can't say on YouTube to Tim Sweeney, both casuals and competitive players. We have a horrendously bad loot pool, 99% of the guns are shit, and the meta is a single burst shotgun with like 30 bullets that feels full auto. What are we going to do? Put animals and save the world. I mean, at least it's something, thanks. But in the midst of chaos, Epic Games decided to release a game mode that was an interesting twist on the popular extraction shooter formula. And I think it deserves more attention than it has. Impossible Escape was a new version of Battle Royale where you had 3 days to find missing parts of helicopter to fix it and escape the island before the storm gets you. There was a PvE and a PvP version of it, and you could get a really cool umbrella for escaping the island in the PvP version. There were only 16 players, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. A huge fog is consuming the island, so you have no clue where you or your friends might be. In his previous video, Leo said imposters could walk so that Delulu could run. Well, I'd like to add to that by saying Impossible Escape crawled so they all could walk. You could also make squads with random players, just like in Delulu. There wasn't a trading system or a stash system like in most extraction shooters. It was extremely bare bones, but nonetheless, really fun. Now I know what you're thinking. Who the hell cares, right? Do you remember what Nicky30 said about Fortnite at its current state? How it needs an extraction shooter like Arc Raiders to compete with the player count or whatever? Well, Nicky30 has played this mode as well. Who would have thought? So does that mean that Fortnite needs to release old LTMs and new modes to satisfy the needs for the player base and content creators? I don't know. I'm personally having fun with Chapter 7 right now and OG Season 7, but the Fall Guys mode was kind of shit, especially the ranked version. Why the fuck was this even here? It was only for 2 weeks. I can't really have a say on this because every Season 1 is boring. We've had this conversation multiple times. It's the start of a new chapter, and I don't like repeating myself or repeating what others say. I personally wouldn't mind having it. I just want it to feel somewhat fun and not rushed and half-assed. Thank you very much. It's extremely easy to hate on a season when it's a few days in, and easy to look back on it fondly a few years later. But it is extremely difficult to predict that a season is going to be bad just by looking at the trailers. Primal taught me a very important lesson. Stone Age sucks. To those who enjoyed this season, You have your own reasons to like it, and I respect it. Me personally, I don't necessarily think it's bad. It's kind of like they had a bunch of cool ideas, and instead of carefully picking out the best ones out of a bunch, they decided to dump the whole thing and, well, the rest is history. It's also comical how Fortnite hasn't learned their lesson by now, considering it's been almost 5 years since this season ended and we would still get bad seasons here and there. There's some good and there is some bad. If we're going to have a Chapter 2 OG in 2027, I just hope that Chapter 8 will be actually good. Otherwise everyone will have to remember how bad this season was. Thank you guys for watching, like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one.